Be Appleby. Yeah, you'll be Appleby? Sure. All right, you just sit there. That's fine. I'll just be looking at you, okay? Go ahead and sit down. You're huddled in a leaf and you're scared, okay? What is it, Dad? Implored a youth named Jet. Be careful, son. We'll treat it as a threat. But, Dad, it's just a leaf bug, is it not? His father Drew inspected as he thought. Then Drew determined, no, it has a spur. Let's leave it be for luck. We've made it stir. He's eaten bitter berries and gone mad. I think it's just the cold that shakes him, Dad. With wings extended, Jet had moved to sea and shined his light, revealing Appleby. Be wary, son, the father cautioned Jet, who said, a honeybee! He's cold and wet. With reservation, Drew came close to spy and looked through a skeptical and squinting eye. You may be right, Jet, but still, it's vague. Move back from there. He may be sick with plague. Please, Dad, just let me warm him up a bit, said Jet with bulbous bottom brightly lit. And then, like heat from off a furnace fire, the bee was warmed, and sopping hair was drier. The father looked upon his caring son, and saw the act of kindness he had done. This helpless soul, the wood had left for dead, was basking now in warming light instead. If only all the world were like my Jet, the world in all would be a whole lot better. Inspired, Drew began to beak and blink. The word distress was called with clicking clink. The flashing light was seen throughout the trees, yet no one came, despite the signal, please. Then Jet requested, Oi, what are they, scared? But Drew deduced that sadly no one cared. Drew replied, don't let this world change you, or dim your light, that shining air so true. My son, the world's a vandal, come to steal. Protect that light. Don't let him take what's real. As Drew was speaking, he pointed to his heart. Again, he fired up the torch to start his message through the lantern beaming bright. Into the darkened wood, he shined his light. The pulsing lamp alert had caught the eye of one returning home and passing by. The stirring silhouette outlined a squirrel. The light showed brindled fur with flecks of pearl. He scurried over from another tree and shared a branch with fireflies and bee. The squirrel in study wiggle-wagged his nose, and he concluded, being a leaf, I suppose. Then Drew's response, will you look after him? All we can do is warm him on a limb. He needs a home. Then in the leafy cloak, by light and warmth and words, the bee awoke. The bee observed, eyes narrowed by the light. So Jet then dimmed his lamp to burn less bright. Oh, there he is, a little honeybee. Then Abel rubbed his eyes to better see, and the bee addressed the glowing orbs with wings. Are you two angels sent with harpist strings? We ain't no angels, mate, yet sent somehow. Come on now, Jet, we need to bug off now. Drew tipped his cap and said, and all the best. So Appleby saluted off his breast. The floating pinlight streamed on towards the ponds, where mirrored moonlight lit the shadowed fronds. Okay, we're gonna learn about Lundy now. Then Abel sat, the leaf worn like a cape, his shoulders sunk and slouched a saddened shape. The tearful grief that Abel's face expressed displayed defeat within his conquered chest. The squirrel cleared his throat to perk the bee, for in the dark his fur was hard to see. Then Abel looked at him through teary eyes. The squirrel offered fatherly advice. Looky, I don't know what's eating you, son, but you could face her or tuck tail and run. So get to living or best get on with dying. But there ain't not a bit of use in crying. Lundy's the name, and he put out his paw. But Abel's hand could only shake one claw. And Lundy said, don't mean to meddle none, but you ain't from around here, are you, son? I've journeyed far, a long way from the west. My name is Abelby. I'm on a quest. I have a message sent for Valenby, who lives in Hannagood by Sempertree. A time or two I've been to Valenby's, his place out there beyond them silver trees. I'll show the way, but it has gotta wait, 'cause we're darn fools to be out here this late. The bee was quivering with shivers still, as trembling waves were fighting nighttime chill. I reckon best that we get you inside. Tonight you'll stay with us, tomorrow we ride. Unlike Sova the Great, that owl scoffer, came a friendly, kind, and helpful offer. So Abel asked, you seek to aid a stranger, despite the daunting distance and the danger? To gather acorns is an honest venture, but how can I turn down a good adventure? In sync, the squirrel winked and clicked his tongue, for Lundy knew an adventure had begun.